Hi everyone, welcome back to the Buff Bombshell Show on Muscular Development. My name is Lauren Lotter and today I am joined by the beautiful Mel Lewis.
Hi, thank you for having me.
So it's really great to have you on again, Mel. I'm so excited. Today we are going to talk to you guys all about 2023 bikini styling. But just before I get to that, please make sure that you go pick up your copy of Muscular Development with Chris Bumstead on the front, 4-time Special Olympia champion. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe to this video and to this channel. Make sure to go check out Muscular Development on IG. And we would love to hear your comments. Please put them down below. And you guys, let's get into it. We hope that you enjoy this. All about bikini styling for the NPC and the IFBB Pro League. So, Mel, how are you?
I'm very well, thank you. How are you doing?
I'm good, thank you.
Good.
I wanted to do this episode because you are an NPC amateur.
Yes.
And you are competing this year.
I am.
And you're all on to that style. And we've got some items here that we'd like to share with you guys just to kind of give you an insight into the bikini workings. So let's start off and really just dive in with bikinis first of all. And I'm going to ask you some questions.
Okay.
And I would love it if you could explain what you have for us and what you what your sort of styling preference is for NPC bikini.
Brilliant.
Okay, so let's kick it off with this yellow one over here that I've spotted. So you told me something really interesting about the bikini bottoms, and if you could just run us through the bikini style and sort of why they should or should not go for this kind of bikini.
Yeah, so I mean, the cut of this bikini is perfectly fine for NPC and IFBB. My biggest issue with this bikini would be the connectors. And I think that that's something that's really important for girls to be aware of when it comes to NPC and IFBB. You can have these lovely thicker connectors and ones that, you know, have kind of twisting and things within them in other federations. But when it comes to the IFBB and NPC, you don't want anything that is going to distract from your physique. So when you walk on stage, you don't want your bikini to be the center of attention. You want your physique to be the center of attention. And when you have thicker connectors like these, it does distract from that beautiful hip line between the hips and the where we cut in the front between the hips and the quads, and then also on the back. It can dig into the glutes quite a bit at the top and cut off that glute line that you want to see the fullness at the top of your glutes. So you need to be really careful when you're choosing connectors, both for the bikini category as well as for the wellness category. You don't want to go too thick on these connectors.
So just a quick little look over here. If you guys look to the screen, I've got Miss Ashley Coltwasser up, and these bikini bottoms that Mel has with these connectors, these are very reminiscent for me of Ashley's sort of early days.
Early days.
You've got the ladder style connectors, which are no longer as popular. And as you said, they sort of cut off, they cut off the leg, and they make the waistline look a little bit thicker, whereas she's got these slightly one row connectors now. And that is completely changing the style of the bikini look, which is really cool. And also, what do you think about the girls wearing the bikinis up so high now? You know, it's very high.
Yes, I think you need to be careful with that as well. I do feel like for wellness, you can definitely do a much higher hip and it will give you a bit more of a quad sweep. If you're someone who is quad dominant and you're competing in bikini, be very careful of lifting that too high up, because it is really going to give you an even longer quad sweep, which might accentuate your quads if they're a little bit dominant in bikini. And we want balance in bikini. So as long as we're keeping the balance from top to bottom, not having the top of your legs coming up too high, just remember that you can create illusions with your bikini as well. So just make sure that it fits your physique and get your coach's opinion before stepping on stage.
I really like that. I definitely think a well-fitted bikini can almost do you a lot better than necessarily, like, let's say color, because we also talked about your bikini in Ireland. And I just want to quickly show you Melissa's bikini bottoms, because again, with the bikini bottoms, you also have to be quite careful. And if they're not as fitted or molded, you can kind of run into a bit of a snag issue here. So, like, I love the front of the bikini and the style here. But for me, I feel like you will suit a much more smaller bikini
at
back.
the back. Yes, absolutely. I agree with you there. And we've definitely seen in the last year, especially, more of a kind of higher back in the bikini where we have less material at the top. And that's definitely giving the glutes a bit more of a rounder shape. And helping to accentuate the upper glutes. The judges do want to see that upper glute, and they want it to stick out slightly past so that you can kind of have that illusion of having a really small waist.
I totally agree. And it's all about that upper glutes. And like you said, it's creating balance. I'm just going to quickly find a little bit of a clip here, because earlier we also spoke in the previous episode. If you guys watch this, you go watch the previous episode with Mel. And we basically had a look at the Arnold Sports bikini lineup where we saw Miss Evie Escanda. And we run the world, so as girls. But if you can see over here, Miss Evie does have a slightly different color bikini on. She's got this sort of green crystal sort of scatter coming into blue, whereas all the other ladies are wearing this sort of jewel-toned bikinis in one color. Mm-hmm. And I'm pausing it right here because I would like your opinion on somebody that is, you're actively competing. What do you think about this style of bikini? Do we like it? Do we agree with it?
Yes. So I think, someone like Evie can really pull this off at a show like the Olympia just because of her personality. I think the judges already know her quite well. And they would come to expect her to bring something as bold as that to stage. But if you're an amateur in NPC, it's not that you want to blend in, but you don't want to stand out for your bikini. So you just want to make sure that you're wearing something that is going to complement your physique at all times. You don't want to be remembered for the girl who wore the different bikini. You want to be remembered for the girl that had the amazing physique. So just make sure that you're not wearing anything that's really going to distract the judges from looking anywhere that they shouldn't be focusing their attention.
I totally agree. I think it's really important that, like we said earlier, your bikini fits well.
Yeah.
That it is the right style for NPC and IFBB Pro League, where it is that sort of pro cuts on the bottom. I personally think that even if you're an amateur now, you get the slightly smaller bikini bottoms, because if you're trying to get the pro card, or if you're trying to do this, or you want to look like a pro,
yes,
so you might as well go for that scoop cut. We don't see moderate backlines anymore, or sort of like the full briefs. It's just something that is not done because they want the upper developed glutes. In terms of, for me personally, when it comes to this kind of bikini, although I love Evie, I probably wouldn't agree with it unless, like you said, it's somebody that can rock that style and is confident in it.
Yes.
But because of NPC, in my opinion, being so conservative in the way that the bikinis are, I think fewer people can actually pull this off. And so stick to your jewel toned colors on most physiques, which will work quite well, which will be the royal purples, the royal blues, your reds, greens. And in sort of this example here where we've got this really bright yellow color.
Yes.
I think if you can hold up sort of the bikini top, this brand is called Magic Bikinis, and you're sponsored by them?
Yes, I am. I'm also an agent for them here in the UK.
So again, an agent here for Magic Bikinis here in the UK, and it is something that you can see. But for example, the yellow for me is not as common in NPC because of how bold it is. I think if you are somebody in like wellness, where we saw Yarishna wear that beautiful, like a similar yellow bikini,
yes,
then you can kind of pull that off. Or if you're in another category, you can do that too. But I've yet to really see it on many bikini ladies.
That's absolutely true. And I think the wellness category is a bit more out there in terms of their posing too. So I think they can definitely pull off much bolder looks.
Yeah, definitely more bolder looks. I want to also just quickly get your opinion here on bikinis, because as relevant as it is to obviously get your bikini, because you need one to step on stage. Let's be honest. You can't go on stage without it. Let's just quickly bring it back to sort of finances here when it comes to the cost of living crisis, and just say, do you feel like it's okay to reuse a bikini?
Yes, absolutely. A lot of girls will have a bikini for a season. And, I've even heard some pros say that by wearing the same bikini for a season, people are expecting you to come out. So if you were wearing, say, a royal blue, they were expecting Lauren in her royal blue to step on stage, and it's, you know, how has she improved from show to show, more so than how has her bikini changed from show to show. So I think we can, because we in bikini, a lot of us girls tend to be quite glamorous, we enjoy the glitz and the glam, it's exciting to put your bikini together, and then sometimes, you know, if you have the budget, it's great to have a different one for each show, but it's not necessary. You can wear the same suit for a season. You probably will find that by next season, if you've had a good off season, you're going to need a new suit because your physique would have changed slightly, or perhaps you might find that the style has changed slightly from year to year. So always just make sure that you're keeping on top of current trends as well.
I should have brought out my first bikini. It's in the cupboard. And my God, has the style changed so much since 2016. Like I remember the first bikini, I had the bra cup style, a few kind of resin crystals, really moderate back. It is nothing like it is now. And it is something that just continuously blows my mind. I wish I had it here to compare, because it is so different.
Yes,
it is so different. But please do your research. If you are interested in Magic Bikini Line, do contact Mel Lewis on Instagram at MelLewisFit and give her an inquiry about Magic Bikinis here if that is something you are looking for too. And then, do they do any rentals? Yeah,
so, you know, in terms of Magic Bikinis here in the UK, we have a few rentals. We don't have much available. There's more so in South Africa in terms of rentals, but we do have payment plans. So you don't need to pay for your bikini in one go up front. You can pay a deposit, and then you can kind of just pay installments until you're ready to step on stage. So it's definitely ways of paying your bikini off and not having to pay it all in one chunk.
So this is just, I just want to quickly just point this out as well, because Mel and I are both originally from South Africa. And again, it's just really nice to see that, you know, South African companies, and we do have NPC and IFBB Pro League out there now too, under the guidance of Candice, who runs Champagne Productions. So if you are in South Africa and you are looking for a bikini, go to Magic Bikinis, because they are local there. And so it would makes sense, you know, to me it makes sense.
Absolutely.
And just go check it out so that you can obviously get the right fit for your show, because there are quite a few regionals at the moment. There's a couple of pro shows, and they're running up until I think December this year. So do go check them out and really just really enjoy it and get the right fit for your bikini. And please, with everything that is happening, as we don't know in the world, because everything is a bit up and down for the last year, let's be honest, just get your bikini and use it. And like Mel said, if your physique changes in the course of the year, which it probably will, resell it. Don't expect the same value. That is my tip from it. Expect half down, because it was made for your body and it's going to be like that. Never expect the same value. And honestly, just carry on using, rent if you must, etc., and just go for it.
Yeah,
that's
absolutely.
my personal opinion. And then what we're going to do is, do you want to quickly show some of the ladies the other styles of bikini connectors that we have here?
Yes, so this is a single row connector, and I do feel that this is more suitable for the NPC IFBB Pro League, just because it isn't going to distract from the physique. And you know, in terms of your cup connectors, you also want to keep that to a smaller cup connector so that you're not pushing the bust further apart, and also so that you're not distracting too much. You know, you don't want everyone focusing on your connector between your busts. That's not where you want the judges looking. So just be very careful when it comes to choosing connectors, and keep it classy when it comes to choosing your bikini. You know, we do like to see more of, you know, the same kind of color throughout, but you can get creative and you can bring in a little bit of ombre in that, but don't overdo it. Make sure that it's complementary colors, and make sure that those colors do work well with your skin tone.
Yes, I was just going to say, with your skin tone, it's so important, and try not to blend into the background with your bikini color too, which is a massive tip there.
Yes.
And then we're going to move on to bikini styling for shoes. Okay, like just quickly over here, because you guys know that Buff Bombshell, which is what I do, we do heels and jewelry. I know Magic Bikinis does heels, jewelry, and bikinis. So do check that out too. But just in terms of bikini styling for 2023, the platform is still the numero uno type of heel.
Yes.
Easier to walk on. It doesn't have to be this cocktail style, which is from the Fabulicious line. It can be something with just a slight platform. I always think that the girls that have just a very small 1-inch platform, which is small to me, look so much more elegant on stage. I don't know why. I think they just look a little bit more put together. When you go past the 1.5 inch, that's when it's too much.
Too much, yeah.
That's when it's too much.
Absolutely. And you want to make sure that you can walk in your heels.
Yes. Number 1, this will be the first thing that you buy because you will need to start posing lessons soon.
Yes.
So get this first and then do the posing and then get your bikini. That's
Absolutely.
a big tip.
And the straps as well, you know, those straps come in really, really handy. I know there was a top level pro who actually had an incident with her shoe at one of the shows last year. And after that, everyone started to wear the straps again because, I mean, your foot is just so much more secure. So if you're not someone who is confident having no strap or is not confident in heels at all, I would definitely suggest that you ensure that your heels have straps. And you do get ones, you know, if you've already purchased your heel and it doesn't have a strap, you are able to buy those heel straps separately too, so you can add them on later.
What happened to the pro shoes?
I think because the flooring on the stage was more carpeted than it was, you know, what they were used to. The heel got stuck to the carpet and then kind of just stayed there when her foot came out of it.
Oh no, like Cinderella, but for bodybuilding.
I've always had images of the ones without a heel strap of kind of stepping on stage and somehow flipping my heel across the stage. So I definitely think if you can, try and get the heel straps, so you'll just feel a lot more secure in your shoe.
Interesting. So, well, definitely for first timers, heel straps, I definitely recommend. Platforms, I definitely recommend no bigger than 1.5 inch. Yes. And do find a comfortable clear heel shoe. It doesn't have to be fully crystallized. A clear heel shoe that you can walk in. Make sure you can walk in it and practice the posing, which is going to be on to our next thing. Yes. So I'm going to take you to Melissa's page over here because Melissa, you do posing.
I do. So, you know, with posing, I do mainly bikini because obviously that's my speciality, but I do assist with wellness posing. And we actually in South Africa with the last pro qualifier, I managed to help a girl with her posing there and she won her pro card. So I'm very proud of her. Shout out to Cassie. So yes, if you are interested in posing, whether that be online or in person, I do travel quite often to various areas within the UK. So I am able to assist there. I'll also be at the Island show, so if there's anyone heading over to that needs some help before the show, do let me know. Otherwise, online sessions work just as well.
Perfect. So you guys make sure that you go check that out too. Make sure your posing is on point because, like, you know, you work so hard and then all of a sudden you get on stage and if you can't show it off, it makes it the time goes by so quickly and then the day goes by so quickly. So enjoy every moment of it and really know how to showcase your physique to the absolute best of your ability.
Yes.
And we're going to quickly jump straight into a tan because aside from just like showing that tan masters over here, because you and I are going to be going to Muscle Contest Island.
Yes, we are.
And we'll shout that out now. But tan masters is obviously going to be doing tanning, hair and makeup, and we're just going to quickly break down those categories for you guys, starting with tan. And I would say make sure that you scrub your body like 2 weeks out every single day.
Yes, absolutely.
Very vigorously.
Yes.
I'm sorry? Exfoliate your body. Use this tan scrub. Don't use anything with cocoa butter or anything like that if you are going to go for a drugstore brand, and make sure you have one of those really scrubby body brushes.
Yes, you want to have a perfectly prepped skin when that tan goes on. You don't want anything to be gathering in places. Make sure that you get your elbows, make sure that you get your knees and around your ankles as well.
Yes, and do moisturize with like an E45 in the week leading up so that you don't get too scaly.
Yes.
But then your tan will be nice and smooth and just.
Not my E45 though.
No, not Giles's E45.
Yours.
No. No. But yeah, please make sure you exfoliate, get all up in there, and just make sure that you take it all off. So every single dead piece of skin, you know what I mean. It's gross, but
And the hair too.
and then obviously go for a tan. Now, if you are getting tanned at your show as a first timer or a novice or even experienced competitor, let's just talk through the benefits of getting tanned at the show and also just self-tanning, because I think people do want to know about both options. So let's start off with Tan Masters. Who are they and what do they do?
So Tan Masters, they are official sponsors for Muscle Contest as well as Spectrum Fitness Productions. And they will be at the Muscle Contest in Ireland. I will be at the front desk. So if you want to come over and say hi to me, I will be assisting there. Then please do. I'd love to meet you. I think when it comes to tanning for your first show, my personal recommendation is that you get it done by the tanning company because it's your first show. And there is a lot going on that day. The last thing you want to be doing is worrying about whether you've got your own tan right. So I would definitely suggest having it done professionally by the tanning company to take away that extra stress factor.
Is he using cooking spray?
That would be a glaze. He's doing a good job.
Yeah, he's doing great. I think it's the Pam cooking spray. I agree. Go get your tan done professionally, especially if it's your first show, because as more shows go on and as more experienced as you get, you can then have a look at testing your own tan for yourself and to see if this is something that you agree with. What I will say is that I've done both. I do like tanning myself in the later stages, but the biggest tip that I've learned from everything is to make sure that you exfoliate. And then what to do is, instead of going maybe for the full tan package, if that is something maybe you either can't do yet, or if it's something that you're not as you just don't want to get naked, because let's be honest, some people don't want to have other people tan them, and that's just for the privacy of their own bod.
Yes.
What I will say is get the top coat of the tan done.
Yes.
At the venue, because
definitely.
if you tan yourself with your own DIY tan, whether it's from Tan Masters or like Emilio's tan in Spain, which is top tan, or say pro tan or something, if you tan yourself first, 1 or 2 coats on yourself depending on your skin color, and then go get the top tan from the actual tanning place that does the tan for the show, you'll still blend in pretty decently and really well, actually.
Definitely.
And I think that's a little money saving tip that I have learned, and I think that is something that's really interesting. But if you can do the whole tan package, which I assume Tan Masters will do, like the first coat, top coat, and a glaze.
Yes, that's correct. Yes, so they'll do the base coat, which is usually the night before the show. In the morning of your show, you would go for your top coat, and then backstage they would put on the glazing.
Well, if you can do that, go for it, and just like have, a good time, not having to stress about, because that's another benefit of not doing the tan yourself, is that you obviously don't get to stress out about it. And then one other thing I'll just say about tan, whether you're a male or a female, I don't know if you do this, but I don't wear deodorant for like a week.
Yes, definitely not.
Okay.
You don't want to go green. Green underarms and hands.
It is, no, but you say you, but I tell you what, if you do not do that, you will go green like this, okay? Underneath, everywhere, especially if you're somebody that maybe sweats a little bit more and you are stuck on stage, because it happens to a lot of people.
Yes.
And you don't realize that maybe the deodorant is something that's caused it. And another thing that will turn your tan green, in my experience, is if you use a cocoa butter exfoliant or moisturizer in the weeks leading up.
Absolutely. And before you go for your tan, you don't want to be using any products on that last wash down before you go, because that can turn any kind of colorants and perfumes and fragrances within your body products can make your tan go wrong.
So no aftershave, no perfume, no sort of scented body washes, no cocoa butter, and definitely no like deodorant, even if it's mineral or natural, which is not working for me right now.
And make sure that you defuzz everywhere and you get all of that hair off before you go for your tan.
Absolutely. You defuzz everywhere. just not Europe, and then we'll be fine.
Yes.
And then we'll talk about a quick part on jewelry. Let's just talk about bikini jewelry over here, because this is all about that bikini show day styling. So over here, this lady is thick bracelets, earrings, one ring, maybe another two thickish bracelets. Like, she's not overdoing it. And I don't know what your opinion is on the jewelry side.
Yeah. So I think definitely when it comes to jewelry, you don't want to overdo it. Again, just like with the connectors on your bikini, you don't want to be distracting from your physique. You don't want to step on stage and everyone's going, wow, look at her earrings, look at her bracelet. No, you want them to be looking at your physique. So that should just be complimenting and just polishing off your look. So, you know, earrings, you don't want them to be hanging down to your cup. No, and you don't want them too thick and bulky. And also just make sure that they're silver and that they're blending in with your connectors. They're not supposed to stand out. They're supposed to complement the physique.
Yeah, I totally agree. And you guys, I also do a lot of jewelry online. I basically have like these earring templates, which can show you how big the earrings are to your face. So if that is something that you need, do check out buffbombshell.com and make sure that you just get the earring template there, because it will help you with you can cut out the template of the earring.
Nice.
And stick it to your face. It is trademarked, so if anybody takes it, I will sue. But apart from that,
very useful.
I trademark everything now. You don't know what's going to happen. And then, yes, so go check that out. And then obviously for jewelry, I would say like these classic sort of row bracelets, these are the most popular style. Mm-hmm. You can sort of be the same as everyone else, and they will be the most cost effective and most accessible items. If you want to go for something that's a little bit different, I would say don't overdo it. Just get something that is one thick or two matching, but not thicker than this, in my opinion.
Absolutely. And I think also just be careful if you're going to go to Chinatown for your jewelry, that you make sure that there isn't any clasps and things that are going to be showing on your wrist, and that it is looking classy the whole way around.
And also just a comment about jewelry, make sure nothing is dangling, because if you are wearing something on your wrist that does have a dangle coming down and you're busy posing, it's just distracting. Think about it being distracting, but also think about what happens if it flies off and hits someone's face, because that might happen, especially if you're in the lineup and it gets caught on somebody else.
Absolutely. Or it gets caught on your connector on your bikini and rips that off there.
Then it's a real show.
Then it's a real show.
But no, please be careful, and just make sure that you like keep it together, keep it tight, keep it classy. And as for rings, I would say no more than one on like your whole kind of look. Yeah, and definitely. Just use it. The whole thing is about your body, right? So it's
yes,
keep it nice and elegant.
Yes, and no necklaces. You don't need to wear a necklace on stage.
No,
or tiaras
or bracelets on the feet. Those anklets.
Yes.
So, but apart from that, just like that is the basic sort of rule for bikini. Keep it understated, but
classy.
Yes, understated, classy. And then one other thing is. This is Muscle Contest Island over here, as we've mentioned, and shamelessly plug for Muscle Contest Island. This will take place on May the 13th, 2023, my birthday. So we are going. Yeah, my birthday. Giles does not know my birthday. You don't know my birthday.
It's Ronnie Coleman's birthday.
Ronnie Coleman. Oh my gosh.
That's the only reason I remember. I'm joking.
All right. Well, you guys, it's my birthday on May the 13th, and it's the Muscle Contest Island, where we will be heading there for posing and hopefully test judging and hopefully emceeing. Maybe not emceeing.
No emceeing.
Bad experience. But we are going back. We want to go support and say hi.
Yes.
And we just want to say, go check out the Muscle Contest. It's an NPC show. It's run by the Muscle Contest group. And 7 pro cards up for, that's me. 7 pro cards up for sort of the win. And you competed there last year. How was your competing experience?
It's the first time I competed with Muscle Contest, and I was really just blown away. What an incredible team. Amazing team of people that put this show together, completely passionate about what they do. and some of the top Olympia judges there. So what a better place to go than get your feedback and really know that that's real value that's being added to what you need to develop to move forward and become a better athlete.
Definitely wonderful stuff. So that is absolutely, I mean, hey, it's me. So that's absolutely amazing. Make sure you guys go get yourself there. And then I think that's everything. And do you have anything that you want to add to some sort of bikini styling for the day?
I think just hair.
Oh my gosh.
When it comes to hair, I think, make sure that your hair is not going too low down on the back and covering the top of the glutes, because I've seen that happening quite a lot. And also to make sure that your hair isn't also, again, overpowering your physique. So if you're going to be wearing extensions, which a lot of competitors do, make sure that you're not putting in so much extensions that it's all you see is hair when you walk on stage. And to keep it off the shoulders when you're posing, especially, it's fine to have it on the shoulders initially and then flick it off for a nice dramatic effect. But make sure that it's not on your shoulders while you're in your front pose, because that is going to be hiding your shoulders from the judges, and they really want to see that shape. So sometimes it can block off your shape and cut you off. And then on the back as well, you want to make sure that you clear your hair from your shoulders, you're not blocking them again, and that's your hair is not coming too low down on the back. You don't want it too high up either. If you are a shorter hair girl like Jen Dory, that's amazing, go and rock it. But if your hair is longer, just make sure that it's not clouding the glutes at the top.
Yeah, like if I just take it one step back to Arnold's, kind of show you Laura Lee. I think we are stuck. Oh, we're stuck. But I totally agree, and definitely get it trimmed or something so that it doesn't cover the top glute.
Yes.
I think that's quite important. And also so it doesn't cover the lower back shape, because when you turn to the back and you're in that back pose and that waist can look really small, or it can be covered and then hide, like you say, the shape of everything.
Yes, absolutely. If you've got a tiny waist, wear it slightly higher up, maybe just below the strap on the back of your bikini, and show off that tiny waist and show them that you have nothing to hide. If you feel like your waistline is a bit thicker and that's something that you don't want to show too much from the back, then just make sure that your hair isn't too low down so you can still see the top of the glutes.
Perfect. So you guys, thank you so much for tuning into our bikini styling 2023 video. We'll do another one with wellness and other things. But for now, if you like this, please give it a like, share, and subscribe. If you learned something new, we'd love to know. Yes. Please make sure that you subscribe to Muscular Development. Okay, pick up your copy of Muscular Development with Chris Bumstead on the front. Chris, if you like this, please like this video. And then Mel, where can people find you to get in contact?
Yeah, so the best place to contact me is through my Instagram. I check my DMs regularly, so just slide your way into there. And that's at Mel Lewis Fit on Instagram.
Perfect. You guys, thank you so much for tuning in. We will see you again next week and have an amazing time.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.